Let's talk a bit more about these VAR decisions today. Extremely odd decisions. I'm revved up for this. I'm not happy. In fact, I'm very, very unhappy. Hyper Shane on YouTube says the problem with referees in the Premier Leagues needs to be addressed. And Toby Sampson says, bad call at the bridge. Scandalous. It's a big win for Chelsea. There's no doubt about that. But helped by Cornet's goal being disallowed for an alleged foul on Edouard Mendy. What's VAR seeing that we're not? And why is it being ruled out? Are there bigger problems for Chelsea? Did they get away with it today? And also Newcastle denied victory as well. If you've seen that one, it's definitely more physical than the Chelsea goal. But effectively, cross comes in. I think it's headed back by a Newcastle centre-back to the back post. Willock of Newcastle gets shoved into the Newcastle goalkeeper and they take each other out. And the person who shoves Willock, Mitchell, it hits him on the arm or the head and goes in and it's a goal. Goal chalked out for a foul on the goalkeeper, which occurs because Willock gets pushed into the goalkeeper by a Crystal Palace player. Scandalous again. And again, not a Newcastle fan, not a Crystal Palace fan, just a fan of football who wants to consume the greatest league in the world. Watching it back, as many of you will do later, you watch that and explain to me and everybody else why that's not a goal. People spoke about the Virgil van Dijk foul today and said that should be a red card. For me, it's not a foul. I mean, it is a foul and it's a yellow card, but it's not a red card because the game is going somewhere I don't know what's going on in the game of football anymore. It seems to me if there's contact with you and you squeal, then you get a goal disallowed or you get a red card these days. It's a physical game. These players are really, really, really high-level athletes. They're going to physically interact in a way when the ball's there to be won. That's not necessarily a foul. I thought the Newcastle one was scandalous. I think the Chelsea one is a disgrace to football. And I think yet again, and this keeps happening every couple of weeks, we're talking about VAR decisions ruining the game. And millions of people are watching this sport. Millions of people are loving this sport. And unfortunately, it seems to me that a handful of people every weekend either don't know the rules or are just, it's almost like it's the World Wrestling Federation. It's that scandalous. It's like, you count three and then they go, no, you only counted two. And then they bang you over the head with a chair and they win. It's like, that's how scandalous these decisions are. We don't want the WWE. We want the Premier League. We want high-level refereeing to officiate these games of football and allow the game and the league to be the best in the world. We don't want it being ridiculed around Europe and the world because of decisions like that. Cannot put my hat on why West Ham goal was disallowed, and even probably a little bit less, but still don't understand why the Newcastle one was disallowed either. Thankfully, we've got a Newcastle fan on who might be able to give us a bit of context on this. Cameron, Newcastle fan, what was your thoughts on your game with Palace today?
Hello, Mark. You all right, mate? How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. Well, I'm going to ask you, Cameron, what did you think? Have you seen it, and what did you think? Was that goal rightly chalked off? Are you looking at it reasonably, or has it made you feel a bit fed up?
Yes, well, I was watching the game, and it was just, I'm trying to wrap my head around as to when the referee went to the screen and looked at it as to how he thinks, yeah, that's Joe Willock's made a foul there. I don't understand. I don't understand where Joe Willock has actually made that foul. I don't get. Sven Botman's headed it back over, and Joe Willock's just went to put his body on the line, and he's been shoved in the back, which has made the contact with the goalkeeper. The ball then came off the Crystal Palace defender and went in the net. So in what part there?
Yeah. Cameron, yeah. I'm with you there. You made a great point because you're right. If we didn't have VAR and he'd said that's a foul, we'd all have to live with it. But the fact that he's gone and looked at that 3 or 4 times and still said it's a foul, what's he seeing that we're not seeing?
It's a joke. VAR's been brought in to improve the game and make sure results are right and decisions are right. But it's as if they're making the game worse, and they're making fans, especially fans maybe not be able to see that who are actually at the game, but fans who are watching it on the telly can see that teams are being robbed of points, but not necessarily robbed, but teams are being robbed of decisions and stuff like that, which therefore affects the points that we get and affects the match. It's just a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare at the minute. They need to sort it out because we don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Thanks for calling in, Cameron. I completely agree. And again, Crystal Palace fans, if that's Man United today against Newcastle, I'm saying everything publicly. It's a foul. It's definitely a foul. And then tonight with my Horlicks watching the sport, I'm going, we got away with it there, because the problem is for Palace, that'll happen to them next week. And I would say that to Palace and Chelsea fans, No one's taking a pop at you. We've all got those red tinted glasses on when it's our team. The problem is next week, that's coming to a cinema near you. You're going to be on the end of it, and you're going to be moaning, and that's why we need it to stop. And it's especially another good point is obviously it's especially annoying as you can't see what they're checking in the stadiums. If you're a fan in the ground, and I find this as well, a goal goes in, and if you're at home, you get to see the replay from all angles, and there'll be fans in the ground there going, "Oh, maybe it was a foul," and then they'll get home later and see it, and they'll go, "Oh my God, that's a terrible, terrible decision."